Warm, nostalgic, calming, comforting. These are all sentiments often associated with LAMP, a Shibuya Kei trio that are still active to this day, releasing music and going on tours internationally. The band has been shot into stardom over the years, which is a strange feeling that even the band members themselves still question to this day. So today we're going to take a look at the strange success of LAMP. LAMP is a three-piece band made up of Teo Someya, Yusuke Nagai, and Kaori Sakakibara, all three being extremely talented multi-instrumentalists. Nagai plays guitar, keyboard, bass, and shares vocals with Sakakibara, who interestingly plays the flute and accordion. Someya also plays the synthesizer, vibraphone, and guitar, which he started playing in middle school. The band members all met during their school years, the first being Someya and Nagai, who met in high school after both joining a folk club where they shared their passion for 60s American and British music, and finally started to make their own music together. Finally in college, Someya was introduced to Sakakibara, and all three came together sharing a passion for making music. That's when they decided to start LAMP in the year 2000. Since the formation of LAMP, they went on to release 9 albums, the first album being Soyokaze Apartment 201, released in 2003, an album that gets as Shibuya Kei as it gets with its excellent mix of bossa nova and city pop in a short and sweet 6-track project. A little contrast from their latest album released just last year in 2023, being Dust to Dawn, being a more emotional and indie rock themed album. One of LAMP's most popular albums, which introduced many fans to their music, is For Lovers. This album captivated listeners with standout tracks such as Last Train at 25 o'clock, Behind the Moon Shadow, and the title track, For Lovers. Now when it comes to LAMP's success, it's a rather interesting topic of discussion. The rise to international acclaim was something the band members never anticipated, as they hardly engaged in any form of marketing, only focusing on releasing music at their own pace. Despite that, signs of global appeal were quite evident from the very beginning of their career, especially in the early 2000s. In an interview, Someya recalls multiple times where he noticed that their music was being admired and appreciated by people overseas online. He stated that in the 2000s, the band had a MySpace page where they would often receive comments from people outside of Japan. On their very own website, the band had a message board, or BBS, which allowed fans to post questions and talk directly with the band, which is still up to date, with Someya answering questions regularly. Other examples of their international success include a viral Reddit post from almost 7 years ago, as well as finding their music being rated 5 stars on a Chinese website by over 1,000 users, which he talks about in his own blog. One of the most notable realizations was away from the internet, as in 2006 the band had their very first tour in Korea, hitting cities of Seoul and Jeonju. What made this experience so captivating for the band was that the ticket sales from these shows in Korea had outsold tickets in Tokyo, Japan. Going into the 2010s, LAMP's growth was not showing any signs of stopping, as their music was finally released across digital platforms, making it easier for the band to spread on a global scale. There are 2 key players involved in helping LAMP attain this level of popularity, those being Spotify and TikTok. In 2015, LAMP released Autumn in a City A from their album UMA on Spotify, which played a crucial role in kickstarting the streaming era for the band. In an interview with Spotify, Someya noted that when Spotify started to link with other platforms like YouTube and Instagram, the number of people overseas who were paying attention to us suddenly increased. There's no doubt that this was a big change for us. On Someya's own blog, he talks about how releasing on Spotify and garnering such a diverse listener base was quite strange, posting screenshots of their Spotify analytics back in 2018. In the same year of 2018, the band was hitting more than 70,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, which is already impressive in itself. However, now, the band is sitting at an incredible 2.2 million monthly listeners. This big jump can be linked to Spotify's editorial playlists, which are created by Spotify themselves and helped artists gain popularity just from those alone. But the biggest factor in this case is undeniably coming from TikTok. A lot of the TikToks that you'll see about Lamp are other users sharing their love for the band, telling us how the band makes them feel, sharing interesting facts, or making creative content like cosplays and covers. Yume Etsusu, their biggest song, has now over 82 million plays on Spotify alone, and TikTok has played a key role in the song's blow-up, with over 307,000 videos featuring the song. When looking at the other songs by popularity side by side with TikTok and other platforms, it's clear to see how TikTok has played such an important role in these numbers. But how do the band members feel about this though? Well, Lamp aren't the biggest fans of the streaming world. The band members themselves are CD collectors rather than radio or store music listeners. However, they recognize the positive aspects of streaming platforms, such as reducing illegal downloads and providing some support to artists with each listen, which is why their music is now on streaming, as it would be better to make money from their work than make no money at all. Sakakibara says, "To tell you the truth, I myself have no interest in such numbers. Even when people around me tell me, I just thought, However, I'm proud of the fact that I've done well enough to have so many people listen to my music, so I feel like it's strange but not strange. I continue to feel that way." Nagai also added that, "When we first started the band, I imagined making a living just from music, but after releasing 1 or 2 albums as an indie band, I thought, oh, this isn't possible. I feel both that we are lucky to have been discovered and listened to in this way, and that it's good that we made music in earnest without worrying about what others thought." Sumaya even mentioned this TikTok rise in an interview, saying, "If I had to pick a turning point, it would be when the song Yume Etsusu suddenly started getting a lot of views about 2 years ago. Apparently it started being used on TikTok. However, since we didn't take any actions ourselves, I don't really feel like it happened." While I know that some people might feel conflicted about Shibuya-kei artists gaining popularity through platforms like TikTok, Lamp's story just shows the positive outcomes of this digital exposure. Thanks to their newfound global recognition, Lamp has been able to go into international tours, including upcoming dates across the US, reach a wider and more diverse audience than ever before, and achieve financial stability through their music. As in 2018, Someo was finally able to make Lamp his full-time focus, quitting his part-time job to dedicate himself entirely to the band's project. Lamp's journey from a niche Shibuya-kei act to an international recognized band just shows how important it is to adapt to the digital space, especially in music. Their success story isn't just about numbers or viral trends, it's about talented artists finally getting the recognition they deserve and being able to share their unique sound with the rest of the world.